Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yes, 7th class. Now we will start the next reading, and the topic is same. We are studying about the spread of Islam, the early days, the early history. The next topic is Islam in Malaysia. In Malaysia, Islam was first introduced in Malaya. It is said that a Hindu ruler called Medosu was the first man in Malaya to accept Islam. After conversion, he was named Sultan Malkul Saleh. He took an active part in preaching and propagating Islam. The Arab traders of Malabar and Coromandel also made great contributions for the promotion of Islam in Malaysia. Later, Muhammad Saleh, another ruler of Malaya, also worked for the spread of Islam. He sent scholars and missionaries to places all over Malaysia and even outside Malaysia. After him, the mission of spreading Islam to other countries was carried on by these scholars and missionaries. The next topic is about Islam in Philippines. Philippines is a country consisting of the largest group of islands in the world. The Philippine Islands are situated in the Pacific Ocean. There Islam first came with the Muslim missionaries from Malaysia and Borneo. They had accepted Islam as a result of the efforts of the Arab traders and other Muslim saints. The Malayan Muslims journeying in the Pacific reached the coast of Philippines. Wherever they settled, they built a fort. One of these forts still exists near Manila. This fort was used by the Muslim ruler Raja Suleiman for the defense of his country. Gradually, most of the Philippine islands were captured by the Muslims. 7th class still here. You have read about the different countries, how they accept Islam, and how many difficulties the people of these regions have to face by accepting the Islam. Just 4 topics we will choose from this, from these all topics, and I have mentioned in the last lecture. The next is Muslim traders and preachers. Muslim traders, the trade ships of the Muslims sailed in all seas and oceans and touched the coast of far-off countries. After the conquest of Egypt and North Africa, the Muslim traders traveled from Alexandria to China. They were honest in their business transactions. Wherever they went, they mixed up with the local people in such a way as if they belonged to the same land. They also married the local people to develop relationship with them. The Muslim traders did not believe in caste system and superstitions. The local people were greatly impressed by the general behavior of the Muslims. The Muslims explained the truth of Islam to the local people. Those who were looked down upon in society due to their poverty or social and religious discrimination sought their salvation in Islam. They were greatly impressed by the Muslims who believed in equality of mankind and tolerance. They were also impressed by the kindness, moral integrity, good manners, and honesty of the Muslims. In the Far East, the Muslims never came as conquerors. Islam spread in these areas due to the efforts of the Muslim traders and the saints of the subcontinent. The Muslim saints conveyed the teachings of Islam in the local and simple languages. They rid the people of superstitions. They taught the principles of equality among human beings, mutual love, and sincerity. It was due to these simple and wise teachings that Islam had great attraction for those who had been downtrodden. For centuries, a large number of such people came into the fold of Islam as soon as its message reached them. Yes, 7th class, in this whole message, we have come to know that Islam in the far-off places reached by the help of traders and the preachers. Traders with their things with their goods goes to these countries, these areas, and where they give the message of Islam, and people of these countries very impressed by the good behavior of the Muslims, because before this they are treated like a slave. The superstition mean they are always under the spell of that number 13, like a broken glass, if a black cat is coming your way. So these are very bad things. They consider these things, that these are very bad luck for them. So Muslims preach them that these are not nothing, just everything is happening in this world, in our lives, by our God, by Allah. The next topic is Crusades. The Crusades. What is Crusade? Crusades is the wars fought between Christians and Muslims during the period from AD 1096 to AD 1173 are called Crusades. The wars which were fought between the Muslims and the Christians are called Crusades. These wars are named so because the Pope and other ministers of church had started propagating that it had become imperative to fight against Muslims in order to save the Crofics. These wars are fighting because they are in this fear that Muslims will overcome on their lands, on their rulings, so that they start fighting wars with the Muslims. In the next page, we again have some detail about these Crusades wars. See, at the end, the most important, we have to know about the reasons, the causes why these wars fought, what are the reasons that people start thinking like this. So the first number is, there were, as a matter of fact, many factors which gave rise to the Crusades. The Christians in those days were divided into a number of sects. Christians were divided into many parts. A war against common enemy could unite them again. So when they start unitedly fighting against the Muslims, all sectors will become on one. The Pope of Rome was caught by the greed of having more and more power over the kingdoms of Europe. He could get this end by instigating the European countries against the Muslims over the issue of Jerusalem. Number 3, the Christian rulers of the European kingdoms were afraid of the conquest and ever increasing power of Muslims. The Muslims had full control over the Mediterranean Sea. The Mediterranean routes led to Venice and Geneva. The Christians could not go freely to these ports. Their trade activities had therefore been stopped, because the Muslims had a very important route of trade under their control, so they were very angry with this. The European rulers were looking for an opportunity to extend their borders by making more and more conquest. Number 6, the immediate cause of the Crusades was stories fabricated by the Christian pilgrims to defame the Muslims. They start telling the stories about the Muslims. These are fake stories to just defame them. Defame them mean to make them unpopular between the people. The Christians who were robbed during the journey told that they were robbed by the Muslims when they have some incident during their journey, and after that when they reached their home, they told that they were robbed by the Muslims. It was due to the above mentioned reasons that the Christian world got united against Muslims and dispatched large armies to attack the holy city of Jerusalem. So 7th class, till here we will stop our reading, and from this whole reading you just do just only one question you will do from this about the crusades. Question number 5: what are crusades, and describe the main causes of crusades. I have highlighted all the answers of this question, so you can easily understand it and write in your copies.